Good evening, this is an English edition of Dalsan TV. My name is Abdulrazak Ali. We have a lot lined up for you, but first let's have a look at some of the stories that are making headlines here in Somalia. Djiboutian troops withdraw from military bases in Beledweyne town amid security concerns. Somali commandos attend swearing in of 300 police officers in Mogadishu. Sodma to enhance collaboration with China in boosting humanitarian efforts. Welcome back. Now, the Somali Disaster Management Agency, that is SODMA, and China have agreed to enhance the collaboration in humanitarian aid and disaster management efforts in Somalia. The deal was discussed during a meeting between the deputy chairperson of the Somali Disaster Management Agency, Ahmed Abdi, and the Chinese ambassador to Somalia, His Excellency Ambassador Fei Chao. Our reporter has more on this. The Somali Disaster Management Agency, SODMA, and China have agreed to enhance collaboration in humanitarian aid and disaster management efforts in Somalia. The deal was discussed during a meeting between the Deputy Chairman of the Somali Disaster Management Agency, SODMA, and Dr. Ahmed Abdi Aden and the Chinese Ambassador to Somalia, Fei Chao, in Mogadishu. Dr. Aden expressed SODMA's gratitude for the unwavering support and extended by the Chinese government and the embassy to Somalia. The Chinese government also reiterated its dedication to continue supporting relief efforts in Somalia and announced plans to provide 1,300 tons of rice as food aid to vulnerable populations in the country. The bilateral relations between Somalia and China have remained robust throughout the years, marked by mutual cooperation and support. China officially reopened its embassy in Somalia in 2024 after having closed it and relocated its staff due to the civil war that erupted in Somalia in 1991. During the 23 years of chaos and lawlessness, China, like many other nations, suspended its diplomatic presence in Somalia. Somalia and China established diplomatic relations shortly after Somalia gained independence from Italy in 1960. Somalia was among the African countries that actively supported China's bid for a seat at the United Nations. The Chinese government has consistently demonstrated its commitment to assisting the federal government of Somalia in various areas, including education, health, development. This support has been manifested through initiatives such as the provision of scholarships, donations of military equipment, and collaborative efforts aimed at fostering socio-economic progress in Somalia. Djiboutian troops serving under the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia, ATMIS, withdrew from military bases in Beledweyne town on Tuesday. The Djiboutian troops had been stationed in these positions for more than 10 years, tasked with safeguarding the security of the Hiran, particularly in Beledweyne district.
Djiboutian troops serving under the African Transition Mission in Somalia, ATMIS, withdrew from military bases in Beledweyne town on Tuesday. The Djiboutian troops had been stationed in these positions for more than 10 years, tasked with safeguarding the security of the Iran region, particularly the Beledweyne district. Although local security agencies refrained from commenting on the ATMIS troop movement, reports suggest that the withdrawal occurred due to a significant presence of armed forces aligned with conflicting administrations, Hashabelle State and Iran. The withdrawal coincided with a meeting held in Mogadishu on Monday between the representative of the chairperson of the African Union Commission, SRCC, and head of ATMIS, Ambassador Souf Mohamed El Amine, and the new Deputy Special Representative of the UN Secretary-General, DSRSG, for Somalia and Deputy Head of UN Somalia, Mr. Resdon Zanenga. Discussions focused on the successful completion of ATMIS troop drawdown phases, plans for upcoming Phase 3, post-ATMIS security arrangements, and engagements with the federal government of Somalia and the African Union. Since 2011, Djibouti has been the third country to contribute its forces to AMISOM. Djiboutian officers have primarily been deployed in Beledweyne, where they have conducted training and mentoring of the Somali National Army, as well as security patrols in and around Beledweyne.
The chief of the Somalia Brigadier Police Force, General Ahmed Sulub, along with other police officials, including Zakia Hussein, attended the swearing-in of more than 300 Somali police in the capital, Mogadishu. Our reporter has more on this. Somali National Army and the clan militia Mahuisle withdrew from the bases is still yet to be unknown. Our reporter has more on this. Al-Shabaab militants have retaken several areas in the Mudug region after government and allied forces withdrew, including the strategic town of the Ba'adwain. The recent retreats mark a significant setback for government forces who had previously suffered numerous casualties in these areas. Residents of Ba'adwain reported today that they observed military forces evacuating the town, taking their equipment with them. This move follows the withdrawal from the nearby areas of Ad, Amara, and Shebelo, which have since fallen under Al-Shabaab control. Sources from the Mudug confirmed that both government troops and local civilians had abandoned Ba'adwain. The evacuated forces are reportedly regrouped in Las Gamey, a location not far from their previous positions. The departure of the government forces from these strategic locations in the Mudug region raises concerns about the resurgence of Al-Shabaab and the stability of the area. According to data from the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, the period from January 20 to February 23, 2024, witnessed over 250 incidents of political violence in Somalia, resulting in at least 470 fatalities. The Mudug region experienced the highest toll, with at least 144 deaths attributed to the ongoing conflict, underscoring the severity of the situation. The Somali government's offensive against Al-Shabaab, initiated in August 2022, aimed at reclaiming control from the militants, particularly in central regions such as Hirshabelle and Galmudug. Initially, the operation saw significant territorial gains supported by clan militias and international partners. However, the momentum has waned due to the logistical challenges, the difficulty of holding captured territories, and Al-Shabaab persistent resilience. Mr. Mohamud, temporary relocation to Lusomareb, the capital of the Galmudug state, in late summer marked a strategic attempt to revitalize the campaign and rally local support. The second phase of the offensive is focused on the regions of Galgaduud and the Middle Shabelle region, becoming a pivotal battlefield. However, setbacks in Galmudug, including a devastating Al-Shabaab attack on a Somali National Army base in Osweine, have underscored the vulnerabilities and the challenges faced by the government forces. The recent losses have inflicted significant casualties, stymied of the offensive's momentum, and raised questions about the government's capacity to secure and hold territory. Now that story brings us to the end of this bulletin. My name is Abdulrazak Ali. Till we meet again, we wish you a lovely evening.